I had thought the king had been more effective the Duke of Albany.
It had always seemed so to us, but now in the division of the kingdom it appears not which of the dukes he values most, for qualities are so weighed that curiosity in neither can make choice of either's loyalty.
I cannot conceive you.
I saw it. Oh.
Send the royal lord of France, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Bring me the map there. Know we have divided in three our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburthened crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you are no less loving son of Albany. We have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The Prince of France, great rival in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court has made his amorous sojourn, and here is to be answered. Which of you, my daughters, shall we say, doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I do love you more than words can wield the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare. No less than life with grace, health, beauty, honor. As much as child e'er loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable beyond all manner of so much. I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak?
Of all
Love and be silent.
bounds, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests and with champagnes rich, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual.
All right, Goneril! Yeah, Goneril! Goneril! Goneril!
What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sire, I am made of the self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me at her work. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear highness's love.
And then poor Cordelia. And yet not so, for I'm sure my love is richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril.
All right, Regan! Yeah, get your third! You got it! Go, Regan! Go, Regan! Go!
Now our joy, although the last not least, to whose young love the King of France strives to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters?
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing can come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia, mind your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord. You have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties as I see right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sister's husband when they say they love you all? When I shall wed, this man whose hand will take my plight will carry half my heart with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I will never marry like my sisters to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with it?
Aye, good my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord. In truth.
Let it be so. Thy truth, then, be thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity, and property of blood, and as an enemy to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence and avoid my sight! So be my peace my grave, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France, who stirs? Hear me now, Cornwall and Albany. With my 2 daughters' dowers, digest this third, that pride which she calls plainness, Mary. I do invest you jointly in all my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself by monthly course, with reservation of 100 nights, by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due terms. Only we still retain the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest, beloved sons, be yours, which to confirm this coronet part betwixt you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master, followed as my great patron, thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn. Make from the shaft.
Fall, rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. What wouldst thou do, old man? Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least.
Kent, on thy life, no more.
On my life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, nor feared to lose it, thy safety being the motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Now, by Jupiter!
By Apollo, king, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
Oh, vassal, miscreant!
Yes, sir! Forbear!
Do. Kill thy physician. I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Oh, hear me, on thine allegiance hear me. Since thou hast sought to make us break our vow, which we durst never yet, take thy reward. 5 days we do allot thee for provision, to shield thee from diseases of the world, and on the 6th, to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If, on the 10th day following, thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away, by Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, king. Since thus you wilt appear, freedom is hence, and banishment is here.
For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate. Therefore beseech you to avert your liking a more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed almost to acknowledge hers.
This is most strange, that she that even but now was your best object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, most best, most dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor.
I do beseech your grace. If for I want glib and oily art to speak and purpose not, for what I well intend I will do before I speak. that you will make known it is no blot, murder or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. But even for one for that for which I am richer, still soliciting I, and such a tongue I am glad I have not, though not to have it hath lost me to your liking.
Better thou hadst not been born, than not to please me better.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich being poor. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods, gods, 'tis strange that from their colt's neglect my love should kindle to inflamed respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. Bid them farewell, Cordelia, though unkind. Thou losest here a better where to find.
Thou hast her France. For we have no such daughter, nor shall ever see that face of hers again. Therefore, be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison.
Love well our father. To your bosom I commit him. And yet, alas, if I were in his grace, I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe us not our duties.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Time to unfold with plighted cunning hides, whose cover false with last shame then derides. So, well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not little I have to say of what nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain, and with you, next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it had not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off. Off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of age. Yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time have been but rash. Then therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric of years brings with them.
Well, such unconstant starts are we like to have from him, as this of Kent's banishment.
Pray you. Let's hit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his shall but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
Oh, we must do something. And in the heat.
Thou nature art my goddess. To thy laws my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me? For that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag a brother. Why bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind is generous, my shape is true, as honest madame's issues, why brand they us with base? With baseness? Bastardy? Base, base, who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth, within a dull stale, tired bed, go to thee creating a whole tribe of fops got tween asleep and wake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Legitimate! This letter speed and my intention thrive, then Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now God stand up for bastards.
Edmund! Oh no! What news?
So please your lordship, none.
Why so earnestly put up that letter?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No? What needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself, let's see. Come, if it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It's a letter from my brother I have not all over read, and for as much as I have pursued, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend either to detain or give it. The contents, as in part I understand them, are to blame.
Let's see.
Hope for my brother's justification, he wrote this but as an essay or taste of my virtue.
I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me that of this I may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother, Edgar. Oh, conspiracy? Sleep till I waked him? You should enjoy half his revenue? Oh, his son, Edgar. Had he a hand to write this? A heart and brain to breathe it in? When came this to you? Who brought it?
It's not brought me, my lord. That's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
You know the hand to be your brother's?
The matter were good, my lord. I durst swear were his, but in respect of that I would fain think it were not.
It is his.
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Hath he never before sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord, but I have heard him often maintain to be fit that sons at a perfect age and fathers declining, the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain! Villain! His very opinion in the letter. Abhorred villain. Unnatural, despised, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Go, Sarah. Seek him. I'll apprehend him. Where is he? Oh.
No, wait, if it should please you to suspend your indignation against my brother till you can drive him in better testimony of his intent, I dare pawn down my life for him that he hath writ this, but to feel my affection to your honor, to no other pretense of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge it meet, I will place you where you shall hear of us confer of this, and by auricular assurance have your satisfaction without any further delay than this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not sure.
To his father, who so tenderly and entirely loves him. Heaven and earth. Edmund, seek him out.
I'll seek him, sir.
These late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. 'Tis strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick and fortune often the surfeit of our own behavior, we make guilty our disasters. The sun, the moon, the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion. My father compounded with my mother under the Ursa Major. My nativity was under the dragon tail, so it follows I am rough and lecherous. But it should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Edgar and Pat, he comes like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy with a sigh, like Tom o' Bedlam, oh, these eclipses to pretend these divisions. Fa sol la mi.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I'm thinking, brother, of a prediction I read the other day which should follow these eclipses.
Do you busy yourself with that?
I promise you, in the effects he writes of succeeds unhappily, as of unnaturalness between a child and a parent, death, dearth, dissolution of ancient amenities, divisions in state, menaces and maledictions of kings and nobles, needless dividends, banishment of friends, dissipation of cohorts, nuptial breaches, and I know not what.
How long have you been a sectary astronomical?
Come. When saw you my father last?
The night gone by.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him. And at my entry forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rageth in him that the mischief of your person it would scarcely ally.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. I pray you have a continent forbearance, that the speed of his rage go slower. And as I say, retire with me from my lodging where I fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray you, away.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father. and a brother noble whose nature is so far from doing harms that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business, but me, not by birth, have lands by wit. All with me's meat that I can fashion fit.
He's coming, madam, I hear him.
Put on whatever weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'd have it come to question if he to taste it. Let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know that are in one, not to be overruled. Idle, old man that would still manage those authorities he hath given away. Now by my life, old fools are babes again, and must be used with checks as flatteries as they are seen abused. Remember what I have said.
Very well, madam.
And let his knights have colder looks among you. What grows of it, no matter. I'll write straight to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
How now? Where art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than a seam. To serve him truly that will put me in trust. To love him that is honest. To converse with him that is wise and says little. To fear judgment. To fight when I cannot choose. And to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
If thou beest as poor for a subject as he's for a king, thou art poor enough.
What wouldst thou?
Service?
Who wouldst thou serve?
You?
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir. But you do hold in your countenance that which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, I can ride, bar a curious tale in telling it, deliver a plain message bluntly, and the best of me is diligence.
What art thou called?
Caius, my lord.
How old art thou?
Not so old, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor so old to dote on her for anything.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, we'll not part from thee yet. Dinner, ho! Dinner! Where is my knave, my fool? Go you, fetch my fool hither. And you, sirrah, where's my dog?
So please you.
What says that fellow there? Go call the clock pole back! Where is my fool? Ho, I think the world's asleep! How now? Where's the mongrel?
He says, sir, that your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back to me when I called him?
He answered me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not? Ha! Sayest thou so? But where's my fool? I have not seen him these 2 days.
They say, sir, that since your lady has gone to France, that the fool has much pined away.
No more of that. I've noted it well. Go you and tell my daughter I would speak with her. Go you and call hither my... Oh, you, sir. You. Come you hither, sir. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father, my lord's knave, you horse and dog, you cur, you slave!
I'm none of these things, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Oh, would you bandy looks with me, you rascal?
I will not be strucken, my lord.
Nor tripped, neither, you base football player.
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. There's earnest of thy service.
Let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty knave, how dost thou?
Sirrah, you were best take my coxcomb. Oh, for taking one's part, that's out of favor, that's why. And, nay, thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou'lt catch cold shortly. There, take my coxcomb. You know, this fellow hath banished 2 alms daughters, and did the third a blessing. Against his will! if thou must follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, nuncle? Oh, would I have 2 daughters and 2 coxcombs?
Why, my boy?
Well, if I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine, beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
What? Truth's a dog must to kennel, he must be whipped.
Pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Do.
Ah, mark it, uncle. Have more than thou showest, speak less than thou owest, ride more than thou goest. Learn less than thou trowest, set less than thou throwest, keep thy drink and thy whore, and keep in a door. And thou shalt have more than what? Oh, then 2 times 2 score. Oh!
This is nothing, fool.
Well, then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, nuncle?
Why, no, my boy. Nothing can be made out of nothing.
Prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to, for he will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool?
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, my lad, teach me.
The Lord that counseled thee to give away thy land, come, place him here by me. Do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool shall presently appear, the one in motley here, and the other found out there.
Dost thou call me fool?
All thy other titles thou hast given away, that thou was born with. No, lords and great men will not let me. If I had a monopoly out, they take part on't, and ladies too. They will not let me have the fool to myself. They'll be snatching. Give me an egg, nuncle, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
What 2 crowns shall they be?
Why, after I have cut the egg in the middle and eat up the meat, the 2 crowns of the egg. Thou clovest thy crown in the middle and gavest away both parts. Thou hadst little wit in thy bald crown when thou gavest thy golden one away. But if I speak like myself in this, let him be whipped that first finds it so. Fools had ne'er less grace in a year, for wise men are grown foppish. They know not how their wits to wear. Their manners are so apish.
Where would thou want to be so full of songs?
Oh, I have used it, my lord, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mother. For when thou gavest them the rod and put down thine own breeches, for they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung, that such a king should play bo peep, and go the fools among. Prithee, nuncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
And you lie, sirrah, we'll have you whipped.
I marvel, nuncle, what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true. Thou'lt have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I'm whipped for holding my peace. You know, I'd rather be any kind of thing than a fool. Yet I would not be thee, nuncle, for thou hast pared thy wit of both sides and left nothing in the middle. Oh, here comes one of the pairings!
How now, daughter? What makes that frontlet on? Methinks thou art too much late in the frown.
Oh. Yeah, thou wast a pretty fellow when thou hadst no need to care for her frowning. Now thou art without a figure. I am better than thou art now, for I am a fool, and thou art nothing! Yes, forsooth, I will hold my tongue, so your face bids me so. Though you say nothing, mum. He that keeps nor crust nor crumb, weary of all shall want some. That's a shield peace cod.
Not only, sir, that you're all licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank, and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought by making this well known unto you to have found some safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoke and done.
For you know, nuncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long, it had its head bit off by it young. So out went the candle and we were left darkling.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir. I would you would make use of that great wisdom whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions that of late transform you from what you rightly are.
May not an ass know when the cart draws the horse? Whoop, jog, I love thee.
Doth any here know me? This is not Lear. Doth Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? What is it that can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
I would learn that. For by the marks of sovereignty, knowledge, and reason, I should be false persuaded I had daughter.
Which they will make an obedient father.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
Oh, this admiration, sir, is much the savor of your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court shows like a riotous inn. Be then desired by her that else will keep the things she begs, a little to disquantity, your train, and the remainder of it that shall still depend to be such men as may besort your age, which know themselves and you.
Darkness and devils. Prepare my horses! Call my train together! Degenerate bastard, I'll not trouble thee, yet have I left a daughter.
Oh, you strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents! Oh, sir, are you come? Is it your will? Speak, sir! Prepare my horse. Oh, ingratitude, thou marble-hearted fiend! More hideous when thou show'st thee in a child than the sea monster.
Pray, sir, be patient.
Oh, detested kind, thou liest! My men are of choice and rarest parts. Oh, most small fault. How ugly didst thou in Cordelia show. Oh, Lear, 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 Lear! Beat at this gate, and let thy folly in and thy dear judgment.
My lord, I am guiltless as I am ignorant of what hath moved you.
It may be so, my lord. Hear, nature, hear. Dear goddess, hear! Suspend thy purpose if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility. If she must deem, create her child of spleen, that it may live and be athwart its nature torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in that brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in your cheeks, that you may find and feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child.
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee, life and death. I am ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus, that these hot tears which break from me perforce should make thee worth them. Blasts and fogs upon thee. Yea, is it come to this? Then let it be so. Yet I have left a daughter who I am sure will show me due respect. When she shall hear this of thee with her nails, she'll flay thy wolvish visage. Thou shalt find that I'll resume the figure of authority that thou dost think I have cast off forever. Thou shalt, I warrant thee.
Oh, this man hath had good counsel. 100 knights. 'Tis politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 knights. What Oswald, I say?
Well, you may fear too far.
Safer than trust too far. What he hath uttered I have writ to my sister, if she sustain him and his 100 knights when I have shown the Oh no, Oswald, what, have you writ that letter to my sister?
Yes, madam.
Take you some company and away to a horse. Inform her full of my particular fear, and thereto add such reasons of your own that make it packet more. Get you gone, and hasten your return. No. No, my lord, this hesitant gentleman's course of yours, though I condemn it not. Yet pardon me, You are much more at task for want of wisdom than praised for gentlemanly mildness.
How far your eyes can pierce, I cannot tell. Striving to better, oft we mar what's well.
Nay, then...
Well, the event.
Go you before to Gloucester with this letter, thenceforth to Regan. Acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know. If your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there for you.
I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter.
Shalt see thy daughter shall use thee kindly. For though she's as like this as like a crab's like to an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell.
What canst tell, boy?
She'll taste as like this as a crab does to a crab. Thou canst tell why one's nose is on the middle of one's face?
No.
Why, to keep one's eyes on either side of one's nose, that what a man cannot see, smell, a may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Thou canst tell why an oyster makes a shell?
No.
Nor I neither. But I can tell why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why, to keep his head in, not to give it away to his daughters and leave his horns without a case.
I will forget my nature, so kind a father. Think my horse is ready.
Thy asses are gone about them. Yet the reason why the 7 stars is no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Oh, yes, indeed. Ooh, that would make a good fool.
To take it again perforce, monster ingratitude.
If thou wert my fool, uncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
How's that?
Well, thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise.
Oh, let me not be mad. Not mad, sweet heaven. I would not be mad. Keep me in temper. I would not be mad.
The Duke be here tonight. Better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. Father has said God to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question which I must act. Briefness and fortune work. Brother, descend! Fly this place. You have now the good advantage of the night. The Duke of Cornwall comes here. Now, in the night, it hath and Regan with him. Have you nothing stood upon his party against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
I'm sure on it, not a word.
I hear my father coming. Pardon me, I must draw my sword upon you. Draw, seem to defend yourself. Fly, brother, fly. Torches, so farewell. Some blood drawn on me would but get a penny of my more fierce endeavor. I've seen drunkards do worse than this in sport. Father, stop, no help.
Hello, Edmund, where's the villain?
He said this way. It fled this way, sir, when by no means he could.
Where's the villain, Edmund?
He's right here, his sharp sword out. Look, sir.
Pursue him, sir. Go after. By no means what?
By no means he could persuade me to the murder of your lordship. He charged home my unprovided body and launched mine arm. Full suddenly he fled.
Let him fly far. Not in this land shall he remain uncaught. And found, dispatch.
When I dissuaded him from his intent and found him plight to do it, with cursed speech I threatened to discover him. He replied, "Thou unpossessing bastard, lest I really think if I would stand against thee, reposal of any trust, worth, or virtue, make thy words faith. No."
Strong and fastened villain. Would he deny his letter? All ports I'll bar. The villain shall not escape. This picture I will send far and near, that all the kingdom may have due note of him, and of my land's loyal and natural boy. I work the means to make thee capable. My lord, I know not why you come.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, which I can call but now, I have heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short which can pursue the offender. How does my lord?
Madam, my old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What, did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named your Edgar?
Lady, shame would have it hid.
Or was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father?
I know not, madam. 'Tis too bad, too bad.
Yes, madam, he was of that consort.
Well, no marvel then, though he were ill affected. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death to have the expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening, from my sister, been well informed of them, and with such cautions, that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I, sure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear that you have shown your father a childlike office.
It was my duty, sir.
he did bewray his practice, and received this hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall never more be feared of doing harm. Make your own purpose how in my strength you will. For you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience at this instant so much commend itself, shall be ours.
Sir, I so serve you truly, however else.
For him I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you.
Thus, out of season, threading dark-eyed night. Occasions, noble Gloucester, of some poise wherein we must have use of your advice. Our father, he hath writ, so hath our sister of differences which I best thought it fit to answer away from our home.
I serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome.
I know thee not.
I know thee.
And what dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy, worsted, stocking knave, a lily-livered, action-taking, horse and glass-gazing, super-serviceable rogue. Thou art but the composition of a knave, a rogue, a beggar, a coward, a panderer, the son and heir of a mongrel bitch.
What a monstrous fellow art thou, to rail on one that neither knows thee, nor has known of thee.
What brazen-faced varlet art thou that deny thou knows me? Is it 2 days since that I beat thee and tripped up thy heels in front of the king? Draw, you rogue!
Away, I'll nothing to do with thee.
You come with letters against the king. Draw, you rogue!
Help! Oh, murder! Help!
Stand, rogue! Come on!
What's the matter?
Oh, flesh ye! Come on, young master!
Weapons, Hans, what's the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies that strikes again. What is the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
What is your difference? Speak!
I'm scarce in breath, my lord.
It's no marvel. You have bestrewed your valor.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ancient ruffian, sir, whose life I spared at suit his grey beard.
Thou whoreson said!
Peace, Sarah!
You! Thou unnecessary letter! Spare my grey beard, you wagtail!
You beastly knave, know you no reverence?
Aye, sir, but anger hath a privilege.
Why art thou angry?
That such a knave as this should wear a sword who wears no honor. A plague upon your epileptic visage. You smile at my speeches as I were a fool!
What? Art thou mad, old fellow?
Knave!
How fell you out? Say that.
Why dost thou call him knave? What is his fault?
His countenance likes me not.
No more perchance does mine, or his, or hers.
'Tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen in my time better faces than I see before me now at this instant.
This is some fellow who, having been praised for bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness and constrains the garb quite from his nature. He cannot flatter, he! An honest mind in plain, he must speak truth. And they will take it so. If not, he's playing. I know these kind of knaves who in this plainness harbor more craft and corrupter ends than 20 silly ducking observants who stretch their duties nicely. What was the offense you gave him?
I never gave him any. It pleased the king, his master, as of late to strike at me upon his misconstruction, where he, flattering his displeasure, tripped me behind, being down, insulted, railed, and drew on me here again.
None of these rogues and cowards, but Ajax is their fool.
Fetch forth the stocks, you stubborn ancient knave, you reverend braggart, we'll teach you.
Ah, sir, I am too old to learn. Fetch not your stocks for me. I serve the king, on whose employment I was sent to you.
Fetch forth the stocks, as I have life and honor, there shall he sit till noon.
Till noon? Till night, my lord, and all night too.
Madam, were I your father's dog, you would not treat me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
Come, bring away the stock.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows, will not be rubbed nor stopped. I'll entreat for thee.
Pray do not, sir. I have watched and travelled long. I'll sleep out the while, the rest I'll whistle. A good man's fortune may grow out the hills. I give you good morrow.
The Duke's to blame in this.
Approach, beacon, to this underglobe, that by these their comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. 'Tis from Cordelia, who hath most fortunately been informed of my obscure course. All weary and o'erwatched, to take vantage, heavy eyes, not to behold this shameful lodging. Fortune, good night. Smile once more. Turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free. No place that guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whilst I may escape, I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury and contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, elf all my hair in knots, and with presented nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who with roaring voices strike in their numbed and mortified bare arms pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary. With this horrible object, from low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcotes and mills, sometimes with lunatic bands, sometimes with prayers, enforce their charity. Poor Turley God, poor Tom, there's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am.
Mere fetches! Images of revolt and flying off! Fetch me a better answer!
My dear lord, you know the fiery quality of the Duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own course.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion, fiery, what quality? Why Gloucester, Gloucester? Let me speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
Well, my good lord, I have informed them so.
Informed them? Dost thou understand me, man?
My good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would with his daughter speak, commands her service. Oh, my breath and blood, fiery Duke. Death on my state! Wherefore should he sit here? Go tell the Duke and wife I'll speak with them. Now, presently, bid them come hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum till it cries sleep to death.
I would have all well betwixt you.
Oh, me, my heart, my rising heart, but Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
I am glad to see your highness.
Regan, I think you are. I know what reason I have to think so. If thou shouldst not be glad, I would divorce me from my mother's tomb, sepulchring an adulteress. Oh, are you free? Some other time for that. Beloved Regan, thy sister's naught. Oh, Regan, she hath tied sharp-toothed unkindness like a vulture here. I can scarce speak to thee. Oh, thou'lt not believe with how depraved a quality. Oh, Regan.
I pray you, sir, take patience. I have hope you less know how to value her deserving than she to scant her duty.
Say, what is that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation, if, sir, perchance she have restrained the riots of your followers, 'tis on such ground and to such wholesome end as clears her from all blame.
My curses on her.
Sir, you are old. You should be ruled and led by some discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray you that to our sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her, sir.
Ask her forgiveness. Do you but mark how this becomes the house. Dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees I beg that you vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food.
Good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never, Regan! Never. She hath abated me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue most serpent-like upon the very heart.
Fie, sir. Fie.
Oh, you nimble lightnings, dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes. Infect her beauty, you fen-sucked fogs drawn by the powerful sun to fall and blast her pride.
Oh, the blessed God! So will you wish on me when the rash mood is on.
Oh, no, Regan, thou shalt never have my curse. Thy tender-hefted nature shall not give thee o'er to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but thine do comfort and not burn. 'Tis not in thee to grudge my pleasures, to cut off my train, to bandy hasty words, to scant my sizes, and in conclusion, to oppose the bolt against my coming in.
Good sir, to the purpose.
Who put my man in the stocks?
Who's there?
I know it, my sister. So proves her letter that she would soon be here. Is your lady come?
This is a slave whose easy borrowed pride dwells in the fickle grace of her he follows. Out, varlet, from my sight.
What means your grace?
Who stalked my servant? Regan, I have good hope thou didst not know aught. Who comes here? Oh, heaven. Art not ashamed to look on this beard? Oh, Regan, wilt thou take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offense that indiscretion finds and dotage terms so.
Oh, sides, you are too tough. Will you yet hold? How came my man in the stocks?
I set him there, sir, though his own disorders deserve much less advancement.
You, did you?
I pray you, father. Being weak seems so. If, till the expiration of your month, you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, come then to me. I am now from home, and out of that provision which shall be needful for your entertainment.
Return to her? 50 men dismissed? No, rather I abjure all roofs, and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be a comrade with the wolf and owl. Necessity sharp, pitch, return with her. Persuade me rather to be slave and sumpter to this detested grove.
Oh, at your choice, sir.
Prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I'll no more trouble thee, my child. Farewell. Oh, we'll no more meet, no more see one another. But yet, thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Or rather, a disease that's in my flesh, which I must needs call mine. I can be patient, I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
And not altogether so. I looked not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister. For those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old, and so... But she knows what she does.
Is this well spoken?
I dare avouch it, sir. What? 50 followers? Is it not well? What should you need of more? Yea, or so many? Sith that both charge and danger speak against so great a number. How? In one house should many people, under 2 commands, hold amity? 'Tis hard, almost impossible.
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you will come to me, for now I spy a danger. I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20, to no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
In good time you gave it.
Made you my guardians, my depositaries, but kept back a will to be followed with such a number. What? Must I come to you with 5 and 20? Regan said yourself.
Then speak again, my lord. No more with me.
What reason not then need? Our basest beggars are in the poorest things, superfluous. Allow nature not more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts. Thou art a lady. If only to go warm were gorgeous, why, nature needs not what thou, gorgeous, wearest, which scarce keeps thee warm, but for true need. You heavens, give me that patience. Patience I need. No, you unnatural hags! I shall have such revenges on you both that all the world shall. I will do such things. What they are yet I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth. You think I'll weep? No, I'll not weep. I have full cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or ere I'll weep. Oh, fool, I shall go mad!
Let us withdraw. It'll be a storm.
This house is little. The old man's and people cannot be well bestowed.
'Tis his own blame. He hath put himself from rest, and must needs taste his folly.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not one follower.
So am I purposed. Where's my lord of Gloucester?
Followed the old man forth, but his return.
The king is in high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls to horse, but will I know not whither.
'Tis best to give him way. He leads himself.
Oh, my lord, entreat him by no means to stay.
Alack, the night comes on, and the bleak winds do sorely ruffle. For many miles about, there's scarce a bush.
No, sir, to willful men, the injuries that they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors. He is attended with a desperate train, and what they may incense him to, being apt to have his ear abused, wisdom bids fear.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My Regan counsels well. Come out of the storm.
But true it is, from France there comes a power into this scattered kingdom. I'll make speed to Dover. I'll find Cordelia. Fie on the storm. First I must needs go seek the king.
Rage! Blow! You cataracts and hurricanes, spout till you have drowned our steeples, soaked our cocks, you sulphurous and thought-executing fires! You vaunt couriers to oak-cleaving thunderbolts siege my white head! Oh, you all crashing thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world, crack nature's molds, and alter men spill at once, then make ingrateful man.
Oh, Uncle, court holy water in a dry house is better than this rainwater out a door. Good Uncle in, and as thy daughter's blessing, here's a night pities neither wise men nor fools.
Rumble thy belly full, spit fire, spout rain, for neither rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I tax not you, you elements, with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom, call you children. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall your horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. But yet I call you servile ministers that will with two pernicious daughters join your high-engendered battles against a head so old and white as this? Oh, 'tis foul.
He that has a house to put his head in has a good headpiece. The codpiece that will house before the head has any, for there was never yet a fair woman, but she made mouths in a glass.
Oh, I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing.
Who's there?
Oh, Mary! Here's grace and a codpiece that's a wise man and a fool!
Alas, sir, such things that love the night love not such nights as these. Since I was a man, such sheets of fire, such bursts of horrid thunder, such roaring, growling wind and rain, I never remember to have heard.
Let the great gods that keep this dreadful pudder o'er our heads find out their enemies now. Thou, tremble thou wretch, that hast within thee undefaulted crimes, unwhipped of justice, close pent-up guilts. Rive your concealing countenance and cry these dreadful summoners grace! I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Alas, bareheaded? Gracious, my lord, that hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship it may lend you against the tempest.
Now my wits begin to turn. Come, my boy. How dost, my boy? Art cold? I'm cold myself. Where is this straw, my fellow? The art of our necessities is strange that can make vile things wet. Come, your hovel, poor fool and knave. I have one part in my heart that's sorry yet for thee.
He that has and a little tiny wit with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain must make content his fortunes fit. For the rain it raineth every day.
True, my good boy.
Like not this unnatural dealing. When I desired their leave that I might pity him, they took from me the use of my own house. Charged me upon pain of perpetual displeasure, neither to speak of him, entreat for him, nor in any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Don't you? Say you nothing. There is division betwixt the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have received a letter this night. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken. I've locked the letter in my closet. If he ask for me, I am ill and gone to bed. Though I die for it, as no less has threatened me, the king, my old master, must be relieved. There is some strange thing toward Edmund. Pray you, be careful.
His courtesy foredid thee, and shall the duke instantly know, and of that letter too. This seems a fair deserving, and must draw me. My father loses no less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Come, my lord, enter here.
Wilt break my heart?
Rather break my own. Come, my lord, enter.
'Tis much that this contentious storm invades us to the skin. So 'tis to thee, the tempest in my mind doth take from my senses all feeling else, save what beats there, filial ingratitude. Oh, your old kind father, whose frank heart gave all. No, that way madness lies. Let me show that.
Good, my lord. Enter here.
Go first, you houseless poverty. Nay, get you in. I'll pray, then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, how shall your houseless heads, your unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness shield you from seasons such as these? Oh, I have taken too little care of this. Take physic, pump. expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou mayst shake the superflux to them and show the heavens more just.
There's a spirit! Help me! Help me!
Who goes there? It's a spirit! A spirit! He says his name's Poor Tom!
What art thou that does grumble in the straw there? Come forward!
Away! The foul fiend follows me! Oh, through the sharp hawthorn blows the cold wind! I'll go to thy cold bed and warm thee.
Hast thou given all to thy 2 daughters, and art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom? Whom the foul fiend have led through fire and through flame, or through ford and whirlpool, or bog and quagmire. They have laid knives under his pillow, and hot in his pew, sits rats bane by his porridge. Made him proud of heart. Bless thy 5 woods. Comes a cold. Oh. Bless thee from whirlwinds and star blasting and taking. Do poor Thompson charity whom the foul fiend vexes. Oh, record I have him now in bed.
What? Have his daughters brought him to this pass? Couldst thou save nothing? Didst thou give them all?
Nay, and he reserved a blanket lest we'd all been shamed.
Oh, now, you plagues, you that hang in the pendulous air o'er men's faults, light on thy daughters.
Good my lord, he hath no daughters.
Ah, death, traitor! Nothing could have subdued nature to such a lowness but his unkind.
This cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Oh, take heed the foul fiend. Obey thy parents. Keep thy word justly. Swear not, commit not with man's sworn spouse. Set not thy sweetheart on proud array. Tom comes a cold.
What hast thou been?
A serving man. Proud in heart and mind. I curled my hair. I wore gloves in my cap. Served the lusts of my mistress's heart. Did the act of darkness with her. I swore as many oaths as I spake words, and broke them in the sweet face of heaven. Wine loved I deeply, dice dearly, and in woman I'll paramour the Turk. False of heart, light of ear, bloody of hand, of a hog in sloth, a fox in stealth, a wolf in greediness, a dog in madness, a lion in prey. Oh, keep thy foot out of brothel, thy hand out of placket, and thy pen from lenders book, and defy the foul fiend. Oh, still through the sharp hawthorn blows a cold wind. It says, hey, no, nonny. Dolphin, my possessor, let him trot by.
Why, thou wouldst know better in thy grave than to answer this extremity of the skies with thy uncovered body. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. Ha! Here 3ons are sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. Unaccommodated man is no more but such a poor, bare, forked animal as thou art. Off, you lendings! Come, unbutton here!
Prithing, uncle, be contented. 'Tis a naughty night to swim in. A little fire in a wild field were like an old lector's heart. One small spark and the rest on's body's cold. Oh, here comes a walking fire!
Oh, that's the foul fiend Flippy, Jippy. He begins a curfew and walks till first cock. He met the nightmare and her ninefold. Right be, witch, right be!
Affairs, Your Grace.
What's he?
Who art thou? What is it you seek?
What are you there? Your name's?
Poor man Tom. that eats the swimming toad, the frog, the tadpole, the walnut, and the water. That in the fury of his heart, when the foul fiend rages, eats cow dung for salads. But mice and rats and such small deer have been Tom's food for 7 long years. Beware, my follower. Peace, smoke and peace, thou fiend!
What hath your grace no better company?
The Prince of Darkness is a gentleman. Modo he's called, and Mayhew.
All flesh and blood is grown so vile, my lord, that it does hate what gets it.
Tom's a cold.
Go in with me, sir.
My duty cannot suffer to obey in all your daughter's hard commands. Though their injunction be to bar my doors, and let this tyrannous night take hold upon you, yet have I ventured to come seek you out, and bring you where both fire and food is ready.
First, I'll talk with this philosopher. What is the cause of thunder?
Good, my lord. Take his offer. Enter the hovel.
I'll talk a word with this same learned Theban. What is your study?
To prevent the fiend! Oh, and to kill vermin.
Let me ask a word of you in private.
Importune him once more, my lord. His wits begin to unsettle.
Canst thou blame him? His daughters seek his death. Oh, the good kid. He said it would be thus. Poor banished man. Thou sayst the king grows mad? Tell me, friend, I am almost mad myself. I had a son, now outlawed for my blood. He sought my life, but lately, very late. I loved him. No father he saw her. Truth to tell thee, the grief has crazed my wits. Oh, what a night's this. I do beseech your grace.
Oh, cry you mercy, sir. Noble philosopher, your company.
Comes cold.
In there, into the hovel, keep thee warm.
With him I will stay with my philosopher.
Good, my lord, enter.
Come, good Athenian.
Take him, you on. No words. No words.
Child rolling to the dark tower came. His word was still, by foe thumb. I smell the blood of a British man.
Ah, my lord, I may be censored that nature thus gives way to loyalty. Something fears me to think of.
I now perceive it was not altogether your brother's evil disposition made him seek his death, but a provoking marriage set to work by a reprovable badness in himself.
Malicious is my fortune, I must repent to be just. It's the letter he spoke of, which approves him an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Heaven said this were treason, were I not the detector?
Go with me to the Duchess.
The letter be certain you have mighty business at hand.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. Seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
If I find him comforting the king, it will stuff his suspicion more fully. I'll persevere in my course of loyalty, for the object be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay trust on thee, and thou shalt find a dearer father in my love.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I'll piece out the comfort with what addition I can. I will not be long from you.
God reward your kindness.
Wait. Friar Earl Cosby and tells me Nero is an angler in the lake of darkness. Pray, innocent, and beware of foul fiend.
To have 1,000 with red burning spits come hissing in upon him.
Oh, out of foul fiend bites my back.
He's mad that trusts in the tameness of the wolf, a horse's health, a boy's oath, a boy's love, or a whore's oath.
It shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Come, sit thou here, most learned justice, sir. Thou, sapient sir, sit. Now you see foxes.
Oh, look where he stands and glares. Oh, wantest thou eyes at trial, madam? Come overboard, Bessie, to me.
Her boat have a leak, for she must not speak, for she'll not come over to thee.
Oh, the foul fiend haunts poor Tom in the voice of a nightingale. Oh, Hopkins cries in Tom's belly for 2 white Harry. Oh, croak not, black angel, I have no food for thee.
Now fares your grace. Stand you not so amazed. Come, lie down a while on the cushions.
I'll see their trial first. Bring in their evidence. Learned, robed man of justice, take thy place. And thou, his yoke fellow of equity, bench by his side. You're the commission. Sit you too.
Let us deal justly. Oh, sleep us awake, thou jolly shepherd, thy sheep be in the corn. Ooh, purr, the cat is grey.
Arraign her first. 'Tis Goneril. I here take my oath before this solemn, honorable assembly. She kicked the poor king, her father.
Come hither, mistress. Is your name Goneril?
She cannot deny it.
Oh, cry you mercy. I took you for a joint stool.
And here's another whose warped looks proclaim what store her heart is made on. Stop her! There! Arms, arms, sword, fire! Corruption in the place! False justice, or why hast thou let her escape?
Oh, bless thy 5 weights!
Pity, sir! Where is the patience now that you so often boasted to retain?
My tears begin to take his part so much that they'll mar my counterfeiting.
The little dogs and all. Tray, Blanche, and Sweetheart. See, they bark at me.
Tom will throw his head at them. Avaunt, you curs! Be thy mouth black or white, toothpick poison if it bite. Mastiff, greyhound, mongrel, grim, hound or spaniel, brack or limb, bobtail, tyke, or trundle tail, Tom will make them weep and wail. For we're throwing thus my head, dogs leap the hats and all are fled. Oh, come, sister! Master waits and bears and market downs. Oh, poor Tom, my horn is dry.
Then let us see what will anatomize Regan. See what breeds about her heart. Is there any cause in nature that makes these hard hearts? You, sir. I entertain you for one of my 100. Only I do not like the fashion of your garments. You say they are Persian attire, but let them be changed.
Now, my good lad. Lie here and rest a while.
Make no noise. Make no noise. Draw the curtain. So. We'll go to bed in the morning
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, friend.
Where's the king, my master?
There within, but trouble him not, his wits are gone.
Good friend, I prithee, take him in thy arms. I've overheard a plot of death upon him. There is a litter ready. Lay him in it and drive toward Dover, friend, where thou shalt meet both welcome and protection.
Best nature sleeps. Come, help to bear thy master. You must not stay behind.
Come away.
How light and portable my pain seems now, when that which makes me bend makes the king bow. Tom, away. What will happen more tonight? Safe scape the king. Look.
Post speedily to my lord, your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France has landed. Seek out the traitor Gloucester.
Hang him instantly. Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitor's father are not fit for your beholding. Our post shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Oh, now, where's the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence some 5 or 6 and 30 of his knights. Hot questers met him at gate. There, along with some of the lord's other dependents, are gone towards Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Farewell, sweet lord and sister.
Who's there? The traitor?
Oh, ingrateful fox, 'tis he.
Hold fast his corky arms.
What mean your graces? Good, my friends, consider you are my guest. Do me no foul play, friends.
Hold him, I say.
Hard. Hard! Oh, filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady, I am none.
To this chair, find him.
I am your host. With robber's hands, my hospitable favors you should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir. What letters had you late from France?
Be simple answer, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy had you with the traitors late-footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands have you sent the lunatic king? Speak!
I have received a letter, guessingly set down.
which comes from one that's of a neutral heart, and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
Where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover.
Wherefore to Dover? Must thou not charge the perils?
Wherefore to Dover? Let him first answer that.
I'm tied to the stake, and I must stand the course.
Wherefore to Dover, sir?
Because I would not see your cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor thy fierce sister in his anointed flesh stick boorish fangs, all cruel as else subscribe. But I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
See it shalt thou never. Fellow, hold the chair. Upon these eyes of thine I'll set my foot.
He that will live to think till he be old, give me some help! Cruel! Gods!
One side will mock another, the other two.
If you see vengeance!
My lord, I bid you hold. I have served you ever since I was a child. But better service have I never done you than now to bid you hold.
How now, you dog?
If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'd shake it on this quarrel.
What do you mean?
My villain! Draw and fight!
Nay, then come and take the chance of anger.
Give me thy sword. A peasant stand up thus.
I am slain. My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him.
Lest it see more, prevent it! No! 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 Vile jelly!
Who comes here? My father?
This flies to wanton boys away to the gods. Oh. They kill us for their sport.
How should this be?
Bless thee, master.
Art thou the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
If, for my sake, thou wilt o'ertake us hence a mile or twain in the way toward Dover, do it for ancient love. Oh. 'Tis the time's plague, when madmen lead the blind. Sit a naked fellow.
Tom's a cold. I cannot go a bit further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must. But bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowst thou the way to Dover?
Aye, my lord. Both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Well, poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits. So bless thee, good man's son, from the foul fiend. 5 fiends have been in poor Tom at once. Of lust, Obdicate, Hobbitidance, Prince of Damnus, the Mayhew of stealing, Modo of murder, and Flibbertigibbet of mopping and mowing, since possesses chambermaids and waiting women. So bless thee, master.
Here, take this purse, thou whom the plagues have humbled to all strokes, that I am wretched. Makes thee the happier. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, my lord.
My old husband hath not met us on the way. Now where's your master?
Madam within, but never a man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed, and he smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer the worse.
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. Back, Edmund, to my brother Cornwall. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change arms at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture on a mistress's behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this. Spare speech, decline your head. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirit up to the air. See, fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of death.
Oh, my most dear Gloucester, The difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due. My fool usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistle.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition. That nature which contends its origin cannot be bordered certain in itself. She that herself will sliver and disbranch from her material sap, perforce must wither and come to deadly
No
use.
more, this text is foolish.
Oh, wisdom and goodness to the vile seems vile. Filth savor but themselves. What have you done? Tigers, not daughters. What have you performed? A father and a gracious, aged man whose reverence even the head-lugged bear would lick, most barbarous, most degenerate, have you madded?
Milk-livered man! Thou bearest a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs. Who hast not in thy brow an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering? That not knowest fools do those villains pity ere they have done their mischief. Where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in our noiseless land. With plumed helm thy state begins to threat, whilst thou, a moral fool, sit still and criest, alack, why does he so?
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend, so horrid in woman.
Fiend, fool.
Thou changed and self-covered thing, for shame. The monster not thy feature, were't my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they're apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bone. Howe'er thou art a fiend, a woman's shape doth shield thee.
Marry your manhood, Mew.
What news? 'Tis from your sister. The Duke of Cornwall's dead, going to put out the other eye of Gloucester. This shows you are above you justicers, that these our nether crimes so speedily can venge. Poor Gloucester. Lost he his other eye?
Both, my lord. One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, may all the building of my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way this news is not so tart. I'll read and answer.
Where was his son when they did take his eyes? Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showedst the king, and to revenge thine eyes.
Why should she write, Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word, like something, I know not what? I love thee much. Let me unseal the letter.
Madam, I had rather...
I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that. And at her late being here, she gave strange eyelids and those speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of the bosom.
Aye, madam.
Speak in understanding, you are, I know it. Therefore, I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady. You may gather more. And if you do find him, pray you give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray, desire her, call her wisdom to her. So farewell. If you do hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Would that I could, madam, I would show him what party I do follow.
Fare thee well.
When shall I come to the top of that same hill?
Oh, why, you do climb up it now. Look how we labour.
Methinks the ground is even.
Oh, horrible steep. Hark, do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why then your other sense is growing perfect by your eyes' anguish.
Oh, so may it be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, and thou speakst in better phrase and matter than thou didst.
You're much to see. Nothing in my change bought in my garments.
Methinks you are better spoken.
Come on, sir. Right, here's the place. Now stand still. Oh, how fearful and dizzy 'tis that to cast one's eyes so low. The crows and choughs that wing the midway air, so scarce and gross as beetles. The fishermen that walk upon the beach appear like mice. Yon tall anchoring bark diminished to a cock, a buoy almost too small for sight. The murmuring surge that on the unumbered idle pebble chase cannot be heard so high. I'll look no more, lest my brain turn and the deficient sight topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Where I stand? You are now within a foot of the extreme birds, for all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go. Here, friend, is another purse. In it, a jewel, well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods prosper it with thee. Now, go thou further off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going.
Now fare ye well, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why I do trifle thus with his despair is done to cure it.
Oh, ye mighty gods. This world I do renounce. If Edgar live, oh, bless him. Now, friend, fare you well.
Gone, sir. Farewell. Had he been where he thought, by this had thought been past. Alive or dead?
Hold you, sir, friend. Hear you, sir, speak.
Oh, yet he revives.
What are you, sir?
Away, let me die.
Why, hadst thou been aught but gossamer, the feathers, air, so many fathom down, precipitating thou shivers like an egg. But thou dost breathe. Well, thy life is a miracle. Speak yet again.
Have I fallen or no?
Oh, from the dread summit of this chalky barn. Look up a white, do but look up.
Lack, I have no eyes.
Well, give me your arm. Up. So, how is it? You feel your legs? You stand?
Too well. Too well.
This is above all strangeness. Upon the top of the cliff, what thing was it that parted from you?
A poor, unfortunate beggar.
Oh, as I stood here below me, thought his eyes were two full moons. He had 1,000 noses. It was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest gods who make themselves honours of men's impossibilities have preserved thee.
I do remember now. Henceforth I'll bear affliction till it cry out itself, enough, enough, and die. That thing you speak of, I took it for a man.
Bear free and patient thoughts, father. Who comes here? Oh.
No, they cannot touch me for coming. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou sight-piercing sight.
Nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. A mouse. Piece. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Oh, well-flown bird in the clout. In the clout. Give the word.
Sweet marjoram.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Ha! Goneril with a white beard. They flattered me like a dog when the rain came to wet me once and the wind to make me chatter. When the thunder would not peace at my bidding. There I found them, there I smelt them out. Go to, they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie. I am not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice, I do well remember. It's not the king.
Every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery. Thou shalt not die for adultery. And that copulation thrive, for Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters. There's hell, there's darkness, there's the sulphurous pit, burning, scalding, stench, consumption. 5, 5, 5. Pah! Pah! Oh, give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, to sweeten my imagination. There's money for thee.
Let me kiss that hand.
Oh, let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature. This great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me?
Remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squinny at me? No. Do your worst, blind Cupid. I'll not love. Read thou this challenge.
I would not take this from report. It is, and my heart breaks at it.
Read!
What, with the case of eyes?
Oh, are you there with me? Your eyes, no eyes in your head, no money in your purse. Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. Yes, thou seest how the world goes.
Oh, I see it feelingly.
What, art mad? A man may see how the world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ear. See how yon justice rails upon yon simple thief. Hark in thine ear. Change places and handy-dandy. Which is the justice? Which is the thief? Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar, and the creature run from the cur? There thou mightst behold the great image of authority, a dog's obeyed in office. Through tattered clothes, small vices do appear. Robes and furred gowns hide all. Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician, seem to see the things thou dost not. Now! Pull off my boots! Harder! So!
Matter and impertinence seem mixed, reason in madness.
If thou wilt weep my fortunes, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thou art Gloucester. Thou must be patient. We came crying hither. Thou knowest, the first time that we smell the air, we wail and cry. I will preach to thee, Mark.
Alack the day.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. It's a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof, and when I've stolen upon these sons-in-law, then kill!
Here he is.
Kill!
Lay hands upon him.
Oh, you, sir. Hear you, sir, of a battle toward?
Most sure and vulgar. Everyone can hear that which can distinguish sound.
But by your favour, how near's the other army?
Near, and on speedy foot. My lady, Queen of France, on special causes here. The army is moved on. Sir, your most dear daughter.
No rescue? What? A prisoner? I am even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well. You shall have ransom. Oh, let me have a surgeon and cut to the brains.
You shall have anything.
I will die bravely like a smug bridegroom. What? I will be jovial. Come! I am a king, my masters. Know you that?
You are a royal one.
Then there's life in it. And you get it. You shall get it by running. Sa!
You ever gentle gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worst spirit tempt me again to die before you please.
Well, pray you, father.
Good sir, what are you?
A most poor man, made tame to fortune's blows, who by the art of known and feeling sorrow impregnant to good pit. Give me thy staff. I'll lead you to some biting.
Hearty thanks, the bounty, and benefits of heaven to boot and boot.
Proclaim prize. Most happy. That eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortune. Thou old unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember. Out is the sword that must destroy thee.
Let thy friendly hand put strength enough to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant, darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest that the infection of his fortune take like hold on thee, let go his arm.
Shall not let go, sir, without further occasion.
Let go, slaver, thou diest.
Good gentleman, go your gait, and let poor folk pass. It should have been swaggered out of my life. It would not have been so long as 'tis by a fortnight. Nay, come not near the old man. Keep out, Chivoria, or else try whether your custard, or my ban will be the harder. She'll be playing with you.
Out, dunghill.
So pick your teeth, sir, no matter where you're going.
Slave, thou hast slain me, villain, take my purse. Thou was to try bury my body and take the letters thou found amongst me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the British party. Oh, death, untimely death.
I know thee well. Serviceable villain, as duties to the vices of thy mistress's badness would desire.
What? Is he dead?
Aye, he's dead. Let's see his pockets. His letters he speaks of may be my friend.
Is he arrayed?
Aye, in the heaviness of sleep.
Oh, my dear father. Restoration hang my medicine on my lips. And let this kiss repair those violent harms my two sisters have in thy reverence made. Had you not been their father, these white flakes that challenge pity of them. Is this the face to be opposed against the warring wind? To stand against the deep, dread-bolted thunder in the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick-crossed lightning. Oh! To watch poor Purdue as thy thin helm! 'Tis wonder thy life and wits had not concluded all. Oh, he wakes. Speak to him.
Do you, 'tis fittest.
Does my royal lord, how fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave.
Lord,
Thou art a soul in bliss, but I am bound on a wheel of fire, that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
For a spirit I know. When did you die?
Still far wide.
Scarce away.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight, I am mightily abused. I should e'en die with pity to see another thus. I know not what to say. I will not swear these are my hands. Let's see. Feel this nail prick. Would I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hang thy hands in benediction o'er me. No! Sir, you must not kneel!
Pray do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man. 80 and upward, not an hour more nor less. And to deal plainly, I fear I am not of my good mind. Methinks I should know you and this man. But I am uncertain. I am mainly ignorant what place this is, and all the skill I have remembers not these garments, nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me,
for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my daughter, Cordelia.
Oh, I am.
Oh, be your tears wet? Yes, faith. I pray weep not. If you have poison for me, I will drink it. I know you do not love me, for your sisters have, as I do remember, done me wrong. You have some cause, they have not.
No cause.
Am I in France?
Your own kingdom, sir.
You'll not abuse me.
Be comforted, madam. The great anger you see in him is cold.
Let your highness walk.
You must bear with me.
Our loving sister well be met. Sir, this I hear. The king is come to his daughter with others whom the rigor of our state forced to cry out. Where I could not be honest, I never yet was valiant. In this business, it toucheth us as France invades our land.
Sir, you speak nobly.
Why is this reason?
Combined together against the enemy. For these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let's then determine with the ancient of war in our proceeding.
Shall attend you presently at your tent.
Sister, you'll go with us?
No.
'Tis most convenient, pray you, go with us.
Oh, I know the riddle. I will go.
Ere your grace should speak with man so poor, hear me one word.
I'll overtake you, speak.
Before you fight the battle, open this letter. I can produce a champion that will prove what is avowed slave.
Well, stay yet till I have read the letter.
When time shall serve, let but the herald cry, and all appear again.
Enemies in view, drop your powers!
We will greet the time!
To both these sisters have I sworn my love. Each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? One, both, or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done, and they within my power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate.
Father, take the shadow of this tree for your good host, and pray that the right may thrive. If ever I return to you again, I'll bring you comfort.
Grace, go with you, sir. Away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask for blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies, and hear poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too, who loses and who wins, who's in, who's out, and take upon us the mystery of things, as if we were God's spies, and we'll wear out in a walled prison packs and sects of those great ones that ebb and flow by the moon.
Take them away.
Upon such sacrifices, Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense.
Thee, he that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven.
You have showed today your valiant strain, and fortune led you well. You have the captives, who are the opposites of this day's strife. We do require them of you, so as to use them we shall determine their merits, and our safety may we equally determine.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appointed guard. Then I send the queen. Portion of Cordelia and her father requires a fitter place.
Pray, sir, be patient. I hold you but a subject in this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded ere you had spoke so far. He led our powers, bore the commission of my place and person, the immediacy which may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your edition.
In my rights by me invested, he compeers the best.
That were the most if he should husband you.
Yes, there is to oft-proof prophets.
Holla! Holla! That I that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer from a full-flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony, dispose of them of me. The walls are thine. Witness the world that I create here, my lord and master. Mean you to enjoy him?
The let alone lies not in your goodwill.
Nor in thine, lord.
Half-blood fellow, yes.
Let the drum strike and prove my title thine.
Stay yet, hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thine attaint, this gilded serpent. For your claims, fair sister, I bar it in the interest of my wife, 'tis she is subcontracted to this lord, and I, her husband, contradict your banns. If you will marry, make your loves to me. My lady is bespoke.
An interlude.
Gloucester, thou art armed. Let the drum sound. If none appear to prove upon thy person thy heinous, manifest, and many treasons, here's my pledge. I'll prove it on thy heart ere I eat bread. Thou art in nothing less than I have here proclaimed thee.
Oh, sick! Oh, sick! If not, I'll never trust medicine.
There's my exchange. What in the world's he that names me traitor villain like he lies?
Oh, my sickness grows upon me.
She is not well. Take her to my tent. Come hither, herald. Sound the drum. If any man of quality or degree within the list of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear before the third sound of the drum. He is bold in his defense.
Sound!
Again! Again! Ask him his purposes, why he appears on this sound of the drum.
Know that my name is lost. By treason's tooth bear none and canker bit, yet am I noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself. What sayest thou to him?
Draw thy sword. That if my speech offend a noble heart, thy arm may do thee justice. Despite thy victor sword and fire new fortune, thy valor and thy heart, thou art a traitor. False to thy gods, thy brother, and thy father, conspirate against this high illustrious prince. Sayest thou no? This sword, this arm, and my best spirits are bent to prove upon whereto I speak. Thou liest.
In wisdom I should ask thy name. Back! Do I toss those treasons to thy head? The hell-hated lie overwhelmed thy heart.
Save him! Save him!
This is mere practice, Gloucester! By the law of arms, thou was not bound to answer an unknown opposite. Thou art not vanquished, but cousin and beguiled.
Hold thy tongue, dame, or with this paper shall I stop it. Hold, sir. Thou worse than any name, read thine own evil. No tearing, lady, for I perceive you know it.
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. You're gonna arraign me for it.
Most monstrous, knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know.
Go after her, she's desperate. Govern her.
Must thou charge me with that I've done, and more, much more. But art thou to have this fortune on me? Thou art noble, I do forgive thee.
Let's exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. If more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. The vicious place where thee he got cost him his eye.
Spoken right. 'Tis true, the wheels come full circle. I am here.
Methought thy very gait did prophesy a royal nobleness. I must embrace thee.
Worthy prince, I know it.
Where have you hid yourself? How have you known the miseries of your father?
Well, met I my father with his bleeding rings, became his guide, and from first to last told him my pilgrimage. But his heart, betwixt two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly.
The story of yours hath moved me. It shall perchance do good, but speak you on. You look as if you had something more to say.
What means that night?
They're incensed.
She's dead. My sister is poisoned by my hand. I confess it.
Oh, had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault should crack. She's gone forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's dead as earth. Lend me a looking glass. If that her breath will mist or stain the stone, why then she lives.
Is this the promised end,
or image of that horror?
Fall and cease. This feather stirs, she lives. If it be so, it is a chance which does redeem all the sorrows that ever I have felt.
My good master.
Prithee away.
'Tis your noble friend, Kent.
No, a plague upon you, murderers, traitors all. She's gone forever. I might have saved her. Cordelia, stay a little. What dost thou say? Her voice was ever soft. This a dull sight. Are you not Kent?
The very same. Your noble servant Kent's. Where's your servant Caius?
Oh, he's a good fellow, I can tell you that. He'll strike and quickly too. He's dead and rotten.
No, my good lord. I am the man.
Let's see that straight.
Who, by your first difference and decay, followed your sad steps.
Thou art welcome hither.
Edmund is dead, my lord.
That is but a trifle here. You lords and noble friends know our intent. What comfort to this great decay may come shall be applied. For us, we will resign during the life of this great majesty to him our absolute power. Oh, see.
And my poor fool is hanged. No life. Why should a dog, a horse, or a rat have life and endow no breath at all? Oh, thou'lt come no more. Never. Oh, pray you, undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see? It's... Look on her. Look. Her lips. Look at there. Look there.
He faints. No, my lord!
Break, heart, I pray thee, break.
Look up, my lord!
Vex not his ghost. Let him pass.
He's gone indeed.
Our present business is general woe. Friends of my soul, you twain rule in this realm and the gorged state sustain.
I have a journey, sir. Shortly to go. My master calls. I must not say no.
The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest have borne most. We that are so young shall never see so much, nor live so long.